Now that you've reviewed all the steps, I'd like to show you step by step getting you started with each individual action above. So the very first thing you're going to want to do, remember, is go to a domain search host. In other words, one where you can go and buy a domain. Now I recommend, just for easy to use, go to GoDaddy.com. You'll see a box pop up right in the middle of your screen called Search for a New Domain Name. Now in this field you can see that it's followed by the .com by default, and if you heed some of my suggestions on one of the earlier stages, try to get a .com if at all possible. So we're here at GoDaddy.com. Let's go ahead and search for a new domain name, and I'm just going to make one up here. Why not cash? That tells the person whynotcash.com. It's easy to remember, very easy to write down, and let's see if it's available though. We're going to click go. Okay, look here, it says whynotcash.com is available for $9.99 a year. Now if this was my final selection and I was happy with that, I would simply go down and get at least one more. So whynotcash.com, I'm going to add it, but I'm also going to add the .net version, and just for my own, I'm going to add the .info as well. Now, as you can see, I have purchased or selected the .com, the .net, and the .info. Now to proceed, just simply go through their checkout by clicking Continue to Registration, located on the lower right hand side of the screen, and make your purchases for all of your domains. Okay, I'm going to use www.gmail.com just as an example. You are free to choose whichever email service you would like. Gmail just happens to have a high deliverability rate for setting up a new free email access account. So let's go ahead and start with it. Now, I went to gmail.com, and you will notice it gives you a place to log in. But if you don't have an account yet, come on down and click the Create an Account button located right here. Now it's going to ask you for general information like first name, last name. Choose a username, which is the Gmail account, I mind you. So let's go ahead and start with this. Okay, choosing our username again is our Gmail email account. So remember our domain that we just picked just a few minutes ago? Let's see that if it's available. whynotcash@gmail.com. And it says, sorry, someone has already used that username, and that's no problem. Let's go ahead let's try cashwithjohndoe@gmail.com. See, that's available. Now we would simply create a password, confirm password, and fill out all of their questionnaires, and come right on down to the bottom and click on Next Step and finish up the Gmail process. Ordering a landing page, if your opportunity does not already supply you with one, is definitely a crucial step. Even paying for a landing page on a small monthly billing is well worth what it can pull off. So I cannot go into this portion because everyone's opportunity is slightly different, but I do highly advise you take care of step 3 directly with the opportunity that you're with now, and make sure that you have a landing page in place. So let's move right on over to step 4, which is ordering some leads. Now, as I mentioned earlier, we can't do anything without a good source of leads. So what I'm going to show you here is just a few examples that I had actually given you examples on underneath the video just a little bit earlier. But I highly advise get with your inviter and ask where they get their leads from, because they'll be the one working with you. So some of the choices I gave you was yourcashtoolbox.com, leadtreasurechest.com, and socialpowerpromotions.com. Now, I am not telling you that any of these lead sources are one is better than the other. Not at all. I'm just giving you some choices here. Now, at Your Cash Toolbox, you would want to come down and either click on regular orders, or you can get yourself set up on a subscription, and there are several packages to choose from here. Or you can go to Lead Treasure Chest, and you can select one of their mini packages they have available as well. Or you can go to Social Power Promotions and pick a package from them. Now let me explain some of the differences here. Social Power Promotions will sell you leads. However, they will do all of the auto dialing for you. Lead Treasure Chest supplies auto dialers with their purchase of leads. As does Your Cash Toolbox also supplies auto dialers with their lead packages. So, once again, get back with your inviter and ask where they get their leads from, and simply go through and place your order for leads. Now, as I stated just a minute ago, you've got three different choices once again with an auto dialer. Again, consult with your inviter to see which one they prefer using. They all work just the same. Now, if you place your order with yourcashtoolbox.com, then you have this auto dialer here that can be found at yourcashtoolbox.net. This is the access or login to your auto dialer that is given to you. Now, here's another popular source called LeadNet Pro, which is also an auto dialer feature. Again, consult with your inviter and see which auto dialer your inviter prefers. Now, since the majority of us use an actual iTeleCenter brand name virtual voicemail box, I'm going to show you exactly how to set one of these up and place your order. Now, you can find this at yourcashtoolbox.biz. Again, you'll find that under the help video labeled Step 6 iTeleCenter. You will see, just simply click on that link or go to yourcashtoolbox.biz to access an iTeleCenter. Now, we're going to go straight down to the very bottom of the page where we see the Proceed button down here at the bottom. Now, there is a one-time setup fee of $15 that you will only be charged one time, and there is a service fee of $39.95. Now, let me explain this just a minute. iTeleCenter has a Refer 3 and yours is free program. Now, what that simply means is you refer 3 people, which you will. Everyone that comes in to join your opportunity is going to need an iTeleCenter account. So, once you've referred 3 people to your account to sign up for iTeleCenter, guess what? You're never going to pay for iTeleCenter again as long as they stay active with their iTeleCenter. So, let's come right on down here and click the Proceed button. Now, that's going to take us to our next page, Step 1, where it wants you to pick your new telephone number. Now, as you can see, there are standard toll-free numbers, true 800 vanity numbers, but I want you to select local phone number. Let me explain why. When you get a telephone number in from a 1-800 or a toll-free phone number, in most cases, what is that? Well, some people get in a bill collector. Some people get in a salesman, buy insurance, buy this, buy that. Most 1-800 numbers, unfortunately, get stereotyped as a sales call. But if you have a local phone number, that is a regular phone number like you would have on your cell phone or your home phone now. Whether it's in your particular area or not, doesn't matter. If it's a local phone number, prospects are much more apt to answer the phone when it comes in from a local phone number. So choose local phone numbers, click on select a state, come down and select your particular state from the list. Now select a city or an area code to start with. Now keep in mind, this does not have to be your exact area. Just so long as it's a local phone number is all that matters. Now if you get one that's directly in your particular city, great. Or you can pick a neighboring city, or you can even pick a state that is clear across the United States or Canada. Just keep in mind, sometimes it matches your personality or your accent best if you choose one somewhat close to your hometown. So just select one here. Now you'll see a list of available numbers. I recommend that you go through and try to pick from the list one that's easiest to remember. Maybe one that, if you can, seems to have a ring to it, like possibly 958-9439 or 9430. Let's go ahead and choose one like this. It really doesn't matter, but let's pick one that we like. Now, you'll simply say, yes, I want this number. Alright, it tells you your number is, and write that phone number down. Now come on down to step 2, which is located right below step 1. You would simply put in your first, last name, address, all of your contact information, and of course your credit card. And then down to the lower right hand corner you would click on Sign Up Now. Now after you enter your name and credit card number and go through the sign up process, they will prompt you for a 4 to 8 digit PIN code. Be sure that you write that PIN code down along with what your local phone number is before you proceed all the way through checkout. That way you'll have it on hand. We will be using that here very shortly.